Welcome everyone. You are joining your Passover Yoga. As you can see, we're in the beautiful Egyptian desert. So to get started, if you have a yoga mat or you have a carpet or a blanket or even a towel or even just wood floor, whatever you have is perfectly okay. So come find a comfortable seat that can be on your knees or maybe you sit on your bottom. And just get nice and comfortable here. We're going to start class by taking 3 big inhales. So if you'd like to, you can have your hands on your knees. You can bring your hands to your heart. And if you'd like to even, you can close your eyes. And maybe you imagine yourself in the desert. Maybe you can feel the soft, crunchy sand all around you. Maybe you feel the hot, bright sun shining down on you, warming up your whole entire body. And then you see the beautiful, clear blue sky above you. We're going to take a nice big inhale through your nose. And then you can let it go out of your mouth. Again, in and out. One last time, in and out. Nice. If your eyes are closed, maybe you slowly flutter them open. And if your hands are at your heart center, you can drop them down by your side. Nice job. So our Passover class is going to start with some spring poses because Passover always signifies the beginning of the spring season. So we'll listen to some music, we'll do some spring poses, and then I'm going to go through the Passover story and we are going to act out that story using some yoga poses. And then when the story is over, we'll get to come down, we'll cool down our body, stretch it all out from all that hard work that you guys will do. And then you get to just lie down and relax. And that will be your Passover class. So to start, I'm going to play some music and you're going to bring your feet together as if you are a butterfly. And flap those wings up and down. Maybe you're a glitter butterfly. Maybe you have stripes. Maybe you have dots. Nice. Then slide your hands under your feet. Try and lift those feet out. Maybe they come apart. You're a beautiful blooming flower. You roll back. That's okay. Just come back up again and try again. Come on down. Roll onto your hands and your knees to be a camel in the desert. Push your hands down, pick your back up, tuck your chin, making that camel hump. Look forward, drop your belly, and then make that camel hump. Lean forward again, and camel hump. Come up to be a cactus. Twist to one side. And other side. And again, twist. And back. 2 more times. Last time, twist. to be a seed being planted in the dirt. Slowly start to sprout up. And then we're going to stand all the way up to be the beautiful sun. Reach your arms up. And then our last pose to warm up, you're going to be a beautiful rainbow, reaching your arms from one side to the other side. And over. And reach your arms down and just reach down towards your toes. As if you're the rain falling down. Good. Gently come down to your knees and sit on back. Get a nice comfortable seat. Breathe in and out. Good. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome job. We are going to read our Passover story, and we will act out each different step in a yoga pose. So to begin, we're going to sit on our bottom, bring our feet out in front of you, and push your hands down into your mat. Feel super strong. Feel really powerful. This is your Pharaoh pose. Pharaoh ruled all of Egypt. He made the Jews slaves. Stand up. Reach 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, reach down. Pharaoh made his Jews build him pyramids and cities all throughout Egypt. Switching sides. Coming onto your back. Reach your feet up, grab for your feet, and maybe roll side to side. Pharaoh decreed that all Jewish baby boys needed to be taken away. But Moses' family did not listen. They put baby Moses into a basket and sent him down the river so that he would stay nice and safe. Hug your knees to protect yourself, and then rock and roll on up. Moses went down the river. His sister Miriam watched him to make sure he stayed nice and safe. Pharaoh's daughter found the baby and brought him to the palace to be raised. The Jewish people did not like being slaves. They had no control over their lives. They were hungry and tired. Reach up, pray to God. They asked out and called out to God, please help us. Maybe look up towards your hands. Look up to see if you see God. Then reach your hands down and come on down. Step 1 foot forward. Maybe reach your hands down. Moses sees an Egyptian treating a Jewish slave not kindly. He stops the Egyptian, and he too feels Jewish. Switch legs. Moses then runs away from Egypt. When Moses is older, he's herding sheep and he sees a burning bush on fire. Reach one foot up. Maybe swiggle your arms to be the bush's branches on fire. The fire will not go out. Switch legs. God then talks to Moses through the burning bush. He tells Moses, you need to go back to Egypt and save the Jewish people. Moses goes back to Egypt with his brother Aaron. Bring your hands together. Moses tells the Pharaoh, let my people go, and puts down his staff. Pharaoh says, never. So God brings 10 terrible plagues onto the Egyptians. Come back down. Reach your hands over your feet. The first plague, God turns water into blood. Look down at your legs. Still, Pharaoh says, no. The second plague is frogs. Bring your feet apart, knees nice and wide, and if you'd like to, you can join me in some frog hops. Up and down. The frogs are everywhere. They're in their beds. They're in the Egyptians' clothes. They're even on their body. Moses goes back to Pharaoh and says, let my people go. Pharaoh still says no. Plague number 3 is lice. Come onto your knees. Bring your hands out in front of you. Keep your hips high. Reach your head down. The lice go into all of the Egyptians' hairs. Moses asks Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh still says no. Next, plague number 4 are flies. Reach one leg back and try and fly like a fly. These flies go everywhere. They're all in the air. Which legs? Moses still asks, let my people go. Pharaoh still says no. Plague number 5 are disease to the livestock. We're going to be a cow, so push your belly down, lift your head, and maybe you say, moo. Moses asks Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh still says no. Plague number 6, boils. Wiggle your hands, wiggle your body, wiggle your head. Moses asks the Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh still says no. Plague number 7, hailstorms. Reach your arms up and then reach down to your toes. And one more time, reach up and down to your toes. And then maybe you run on the ground and make lots of noise. Lots of hail falling down everywhere. But Moses asks Pharaoh to let the people go, but Pharaoh still says no. Plague number 8 are locusts. Bringing your knees nice and wide, hands out in front of you. And then maybe you lift on up like a locust about to take flight. With all these locusts around, Moses asks Pharaoh to let his people go. Pharaoh still says no. Plague number 9 lying on your belly, coming into the darkness. Moses asks Pharaoh to let his people go, but Pharaoh still says no. Coming up onto your knees, pushing your hips back, reaching forward into a nice child's pose. The last plague, number 10, is death to the firstborn child. After the 10th plague, Moses asks Pharaoh to let his people go. And finally, Pharaoh agrees. So standing up, reaching one foot forward, one leg back, bending your knee and reaching your arms up. The Jews are so excited. They rush to pack up their things. They don't even have time for the bread to rise. Switching legs, they rush quickly out of Egypt into the desert. They walk and go until they get to the Red Sea. But by the time they get to the Red Sea, the Egyptians are chasing back after them in their chariots. Reach your knees up, lift one leg. These chariots are driven by horses. And the other leg. Nice, bend your knees, come on down to your bottom. The Jews feel trapped. There's a big Red Sea they can't get past. But then Moses walks into the water, puts down his staff, and the Red Sea splits open in half and parts from each side. Reach your arms down. The Jews are able to safely cross the sea, but then closes on the Egyptians. The Jews are finally safe and out of harm's way. On the other side of the sea, they dance and celebrate in joy as they can finally continue their way to Israel. Just dance around. Nice job, and come on down. Our last activity for the class is we are going to build a pyramid with lots of different pillows. So feel free to go and get any pillows you can find, maybe from your bed or maybe on some couches, and try and practice building a pyramid with me. Your pyramid can look any different way. Trying to stack different shaped pillows, different size pillows on top of one another, and see what you are able to create. It takes balance. This is my pillow pyramid creation. Have fun finding out what kind of pyramid you are able to create. Once you have finished building your pyramid and you're ready to come all the way back down and relax for your final moments of your yoga class, come join me back on your mat. Swing your legs out in front of you. Hug your legs nice and tight. And then roll all the way down. Maybe you use one of your pillows from your pyramid to lie all the way back. Maybe you turn your lights off and just relax for Shavasana. start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Waking your whole body up. Stretch maybe your arms over your head, pointing your toes. And then curl your knees up. Hug your forehead towards your knees. And then when you're ready, give yourself a rock and roll all the way up. And I like to end my class with a song, bringing your hands together. My little light sees your little light, your little light, your little light. My little light sees your little light. Namaste. Your little light sees my little light, my little light, my little light. Your little light sees my little light. Namaste. Awesome job, everybody. Enjoy your Passover.